Welcome to another edition of Link's Video Game Reviews. I'm your host, Link, and today we're going to be reviewing a short but sweet game called Marble Madness.
Now you can basically see here, this is the main screen that you'll be looking at when you start up the game. 1 or 2 players, and you can see that you can also enter your name for the high scoreboard. I'll just put my name in there, and you can also choose between 90 and 45 degrees for your control setup. Now basically what that's going to do for you is if you press right or left, it's going to determine whether your marble actually rolls right or left, or you kind of get a diagonal motion with the 45 degree control angle. It's basically personal preference, but it does tend to be a little bit confusing to go with the 45. Well, I just finished the practice race, and as you can see, you go to the beginner race afterwards. Now you always get 65 seconds to start off the beginner race. It doesn't matter what time you use to finish the practice race on. But after that, you're going to want to finish the levels as fast as you can, because that time will go over to the next race if you finish fast enough. Basically, the entire object of the game is to make it to the finish as fast as possible. You can do that in a number of ways. There's a bunch of different shortcuts that you can take. And as you see here, sometimes it gets a little bit frustrating as you just keep dying over and over and over again. Yep, there I go, right over to the side. And down, up, no, right in there. And this time I actually wound up making it through, so you get a time bonus depending on how fast you finish as well. So that's basically another reason to finish in a good time. There's only 6 levels in this game, and I think any more might have gotten a little bit overbearing. But I've seen people that have mastered this game that have finished it in the span of a couple of minutes, as few as 3 minutes. So, okay, there's a bunch of different enemies. As you'll see there, they had kind of like a tube-like thing that creeped me out at first, because it really resembled a like, and when you've been inside of one of those things, you don't want to remember it. It's a horrifying experience, but they'll eat your marbles. There's also acid pools that eat your marble when you go into them. So yeah, I wasn't able to make it anywhere past this race here, the aerial race, or race number 4. You see the vacuums aren't too much of a problem, but where it gets to be really challenging is by the pistons that you have to go through. You'll see over there. It gets to be really, really, really bad. Not so much there, but right about here, it's just absolutely frustrating. And trying to get enough speed to go over and timing it perfectly when you're under a time limit like this is bad. You'll see that little wand gives you more time, but doesn't really do me much good because I'm about to die anyway, so.
Overall, I thought Marble Madness was a pretty good game. The only real drawback that I saw to it was its control scheme, which, I mean, part of its difficulty is because the marble's so hard to control. It's pretty hard with a D-pad like you used to have back on the old NES controllers and the Game Boy controllers. So it helps a little bit with the difficulty if you have one of these, like an Xbox controller or something that you can use on an emulator on a PC. I know that's a little bit new school for me, but it helps out quite a bit. So overall, I'd probably give it a 5 out of 8 Triforce rating. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this installment, and we hope to see you again here. Remember, keep fighting the good fight, kids. Have a good one.